I didn't even have the chance to change or to.
Hi,
Hi.
evening, everyone. We are live. We are live on Facebook, on my page, Chanel Rains, as well as our business page, not a Statistic Apparel, and YouTube. Guys, as you guys come on, I'm not gonna be able to see you guys come on, but just if you comment, I could definitely see you guys' comments. Say hey, say what's going, say what's up, tell us where you coming from. We have the wonderful business strategist, Frenchie. She's going to tell you her name, her real name. But we call her Frenchie in the streets. I'll say that. But yeah, tell us what's up. Say hi as you guys come on. Comment. Say hey, so we can see with you guys comments. I'm so excited for this show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so excited for this
I
episode.
am too. I am too. And this is something that I usually am not really comfortable with. So,
I
but I
know.
was like, this is Chanel. She asked me, I'm gonna do it. So,
Why not?
um, yeah. So, hi everybody. My name is Frenchie. My real name is Aurélie Dubois. I am French by
Mhm.
my name, right?
Yeah.
I moved from Paris, France, about. It's going to be my 10th year actually in November. And so I used to be a product manager for a fashion brand, Chevignon in Paris for over, gosh, 15 or 18 years.
Mhm.
And then moved to the US and used to be married. I have a daughter. She's 17 now. And so basically what led me to all this is the fact
Hold on,
that
hold on. Whoa, look at Frenchie. Look, Frenchie head on. This is why I love her, because she come forward. She don't play no games, y'all. She come full fledged in. Listen, you say do something, come on, she with it. Like she a go
sorry.
getter. She ain't no talking. Like she a shaker, right? So I just want to share really quick because, like, literally, Frenchie don't hold no punches. I love her so much. So I'm gonna tell you how I know Frenchie, and then we're gonna go right into it, and I'm gonna introduce her how I know her. Okay, so I know Frenchie by, and as you guys come on, like, share, comment. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also comment, and like you guys come on, just comment and we'll see your comments. But as you guys come on, I cannot see who comes on. But I'm so excited for everyone who have joined us tonight for this. It's the mindset for me. So okay, so I met Frenchie on Instagram. So what happened was, I don't know if you guys know the marketing and the um the brandish I guess it's specialist, yeah.
Yeah.
Mondi, right?
Maddie.
Mondi, yeah. So he made a post, was like, hey, where you guys from? Stuff like that, just kind of engaging his followers in his posts. So I put up I was from Chicago. So she liked the comment. It only took one thing. She literally liked the comment and I slid in her DMs like, hey girl, yeah. I scoped her page out. I was like, oh, let me see what she's all about. And at that time, I was, kind of like fearful to launch non-statistic. So I was very afraid, but I was hungry for it, but I was willing to invest. I just didn't have the resources and I didn't know who to trust with my money and really time to like really help me launch this thing out. So I hit up Frenchie. It was like really God sent. And I hit her up and we kind of connected really quickly. We exchanged some information and I hired her on as my business strategist. And I'm honestly saying like this was like one of the best investments I have like did for my business thus far because if it wasn't for her, I'm gonna go more deep into that later on. But if it wasn't for her, many doors wouldn't have opened. We literally hit 8 states in the first month last month. So I'm so excited. So yeah, so she already pretty much showed you her briefly her story. So yeah, okay. So you said you're from French.
From
From France,
France.
sorry. And you
Yeah.
go ahead. So
Oh,
definitely
yes.
tell me more
So
about
I'm
yourself.
from Paris, or the suburb of Paris.
Okay.
And so yeah, so about 9 years ago moved. You what do you want to you have like something specific that you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
me to
So
go
like
over?
how was your life growing up for you? Like when you was out there before you even came, into the United States. How was that for you?
Okay, so shock of the culture, of course, right? Because it's completely different, right? I'm from Europe.
Right.
And but the thing is, in France, from Europe, we start, learning different languages at a young age. So I had English, but I took Spanish first, as a first language. That means that it was more intensive for me to learn Spanish, because English, I didn't like my teacher, and I was like, we got to go to England. It's in the north. It's not nice weather. Spain sounds a lot more fun. So I actually lived in Spain for about 8 months, to have my Spanish, improving faster. And so I'm the kind of learner that you got to put me on, and I'll learn. So from where I grew up, I would say it's like, not the nicest part of Paris. Everybody sees Paris and, France, and it's so romantic, it's so beautiful.
Right.
Like everywhere else, there is
Right.
some part where not that great. So I'm from this part, which is, you gotta be smooth,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So I think that, also growing up, that way, that I acquired a way of, having to adapt very fast as a survival mode. So I always been a little bit of a tomboy. I still am, but I'm working on that other part. But that helped me actually to maneuver on how to, you got a problem, you got to fix it, you got to move on. So I never stayed in the low vibration mode, because you can't,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this helped me a lot also into entrepreneurship, because of my background or what I had to deal with. Fast-paced environment in working, as well. I was, like I said, in fashion. So I was traveling every 3 months to Asia, to the factory place. Yeah, it was a fun job. I really enjoyed it.
Wow.
So this is where I acquire even more languages. So I speak four. So this is something that, I would say that helped me. All what I did as jobs prior helped me be a better entrepreneur and a better business strategist for my clients. Why? Because I did so much that I kind of, understand what people skill sets are, and what you can do with it, and how to leverage it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Wow. She said a mouthful, guys. So just basically her journey has really pushed her to where she is, where she is in her life now. Like I would never have thought, that you would have that story, right? Like, you didn't live in a, everybody see as the tourist part of, Paris and stuff like that. But you said you grew up where, it was kind of rugged. It was kind of like the hood, as they say, right? And
Yeah.
you would never, how you could look at somebody and be like, I would have thought that you would have came from that. That would be your background, right? But you never judge. That's why it's so important that you don't judge a book by its cover, because you can't look at someone and just tell where they came from. So we're going to go a little deeper into your story really quickly, Frenchie. So what was the hardest moments you had to face growing up, right, in France, and then just even then when you went, like you said, you lived in Spain for 8 months. So yeah.
Yes. So I would say the hardest part is because of where I grew up, I had to, as a female, I had to not be so female so I could avoid certain problems. This is also why I always loved sports and everything, but this is also why I was the way I was, so I could avoid certain problems as a female growing up in those parts, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I had to be rough a little bit also for survival mode. So I would say that I had some trouble at school, and so I was getting kicked out often. So I would say that part, and this is real, because I work in the school district here as well, and that actually my story helped them, and that's why I was so connected to the students, is because I was telling them, I promise you, I wasted some time by acting the way I was, being so stubborn, being, feeling like, with authority, and, not doing the right thing, or I was actually wasting more time and saying that I don't like school by just doing it so I can get out of school
Right.
and get it over with, right? So I would say that I'm not regretting nothing. like nothing, because each of the dilemma that I had to deal with, and even my personality, helped me being good for others. And this is where I always see that this is my gift. I'm able to help others. I'm good at that. And so this is just, now it's my niche. This is what I do for a living.
Wow. So, wow, guys, if you have not already, we are already a few minutes in. If you haven't not already liked, shared, comment, please do so. As you guys come on, comment. We'll see your guys' comments and we'll put up on the screen. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. We really appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, comment, subscribe, say what's up. I'll see you guys comment. I'll shout you guys out. I appreciate you guys. So you said a lot. So you said, okay, you lived in a kind of like a rough part of, Paris, and, because of society, what society perceived you as, just as a female and how you should be. And because you couldn't be that, like they say often, you couldn't be emotional and like that. You really couldn't be that, that young girl, right? That just kind of developing herself. You had to be somebody, you had to literally.
I choose not to avoid what I was seeing that was happening to those girls.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was my choice.
Wow. So you chose because of what you seen other people, what was happening for other people, because they were being, the emotional woman, or just, however they grew up to be, right? You choose another way, but then you had a rougher, start. Like you said, you was getting kicked out of school. You had different things. You just in trouble in school. And like I said, I would never have thought that about you. So that's so amazing. You literally, like I said, you cannot judge a book by its cover just based upon how someone look, how the person carried themselves. Now you don't know what took them or what they had to go through to get to where they're at right now. So that's really, really good. So you said, like you said, growing up, you had a rough start. Okay. So how
that rough? I'm not gonna say like it was that rough, but
right.
What I'm saying is it was not,
roses. It wasn't roses. It wasn't, I get what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, right, it wasn't totally like, a big struggle, but it just wasn't the typical, right? Your story was definitely not typical, right?
No.
It was definitely unique and different in its own, way. So that was really good. And it helped so many people, even in their life now. Like you said, you've been there, you've done that. That's how you connect with the students. Like, hey, I've been there. I know what it feels like. So don't think that, you see me now, you don't know where I came from, right? So that's how you can connect with people because of your story, and your story is very relatable. So Frenchie, how was you able to get rid of the mental barriers as the episode is? It's a mindset for me. So what was some things that you had to break out for you to even get to a point where you wanted to transform into who you are today?
Yes. So I'm going to say this: success requires emotional competence. So I'm going to go now. After this, I'm going to explain. If you're in control of your emotions, there is no barrier. Most of the time, this is what is the barrier? We are our own barriers, right? We're scared. We don't want to do it. We're not sure if we're going to, we doubt ourselves. We hard on ourselves, or we listen too much of what's going on in our surrounding. Therefore, what we're doing, we're not going or moving forward. So if you really tap onto your mental and your emotions, I'm not saying like you need to be emotionless. I said you have to be able to be in control. You got to feel it and accept it. All right, what's stopping me right now? Why can I not do it? Or why can I not finish what I'm starting? Or what is stopping me from going further, right? You have to, basically, it's like, instead of waiting on people to tell you all the time, you got to find it within yourself. If you are fully aware of who you are and what's the problem, it's a lot easier for you. You'll listen to you a lot more. I mean, unless you're really that emotionally attached to people.
Yeah.
But if you are in control of your emotion, I promise you, this There's nothing that can stop you after that.
Yeah, that's good. That's wow. So
mental
go ahead.
clarity.
Wow. Say it again.
Mental clarity.
Mental clarity. Wow. That was so powerful, guys. So, like you said, being emotional competent, right? And also, just being aware of who you are, right? If you can tap into who you are on it and the potential right, if you can release and control your emotion, that was the big thing that she said, control your emotions. That's how you can literally break the barriers. And I believe that's what she did in her journey into who she is now, right? So now she's training people in different things. And we even gonna go into that later on, how you got the training and all type of things, because she's just not a business strategist, guys. She's gonna blow you guys' minds of her resume, the things that she does. And listen, every day I talk to Frenchie, I'll be like, you doing what's really going on? Like, I didn't even know you was doing all that, but she made it.
Life is infinite.
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 That's it.
So life much to learn.
Too much to learn. Too much to learn. That's really good. So, Frenchie, what were some books, right? And now, podcasts is, booming now. And what was maybe some articles that you have read to even inspire you, to help you continue to stay motivated even now in your businesses?
Yes, absolutely. Knowledge is everything. You can never stop learning, so it's constant. So for me in 2018 is where, because of, we'll go onto this as well, but I realized that I'm like, okay, for my businesses to grow, or for my business to really grow, because I was still working my 9 to 5 at the school, I was like, okay, I need to have more funds. So I tap onto financial literacy a lot more. And so I cut my cable. I cut my cable to save some money and to have no more distraction. Mental clarity.
Absolutely.
From that, I started to watch a lot. YouTube is awesome. YouTube, Google, it's free. If you really want to learn, I'm not saying that everything is, top notch. Right. I watched some stuff and I was like, what is this?
Right. Because you know what you know now.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying, and I invest in some courses too. I invest in some people. I work with Maddie. So you got to invest in yourself, but you have to, watch and pay attention as well, and make your own research. So this is what I've done. I did YouTube, Google, invest in some courses. Same thing as you on Instagram, looking at some people that sounds and feel like, they would be a right fit for me. Exactly. And then after that is, so for podcast, I really strongly suggest, especially for aspiring entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs, is Earn Your Leisure. EYL.
Oh, yes. I love them guys. Yes.
So tons of gems, right? It's free. It's on the podcast. Actually, right now, Ian is on Market Monday with them every Monday night. So that's for financial literacy. It's really tapping onto that. I step up my game in that area too, since a couple of months. So there's that. I'm into real estate as well. So hey. Leanne. So I also follow a couple of my friends, coworkers. You have the real Mr. Marcel for the real estate. He have a YouTube channel for that. I have a couple of my friends who are in real estate also as well. So that, and then for books, I have, financial literacy, I'm telling you, for anything, even if you're not in business, it will save, and improve your life, right? Yes. Especially in this time right now with, the pandemic. Either people are struggling with their job, lost their job, or trying to find a way to get on another extra streamline of income. Exactly. As you know, just one line of income, it's nothing. You're close to zero. So it's bad. So you need to have at least 5 or 6. 5 or 6 ways of earning some sort of income. And I'm not saying that, all of them needs to be like full-time, of course, but you have to maneuver to have that. So Money Master the Game from Tony Robbins. I have the Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. That help you with mental clarity on how to, utilize your talent. Sometimes we don't realize that we have much more talent than we think.
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
So that's why you have to spend more time with yourself so you can realize how dope you are.
That's it. That's it. And sometimes you said some great legends, and especially in the financial literacy, industry, that I even, watch and listen to, especially when you said the Earn Your Literature. I just heard about them like maybe a few months ago, and they're actually the inspiration behind this. One of the inspirations behind this.
Yeah.
They were on,
to create your own podcast.
Absolutely. So yeah, love them guys. And some, like you said, I even see you invest. I see you post it, hey, I'm in this course, and even as an expert, and as a business strategist, and other things that you do that we'll talk about later, like you even invest in these courses, right? And sometimes when people feel like they get to a certain level, they don't do that. But I tell you guys, even when I would hold on to my money, the little money I did have, and I didn't want to spend that little bit just to make some money. So when I started to realize how I had to literally spend money to make money, but I only had a little bit, and I didn't know if I was going to get that money back or even triple that. But I'm telling you guys, it's so important to invest. And like you say, even if you're not into business, right? Also, like, you are a consumer. We all are consumers. So it's always important to actually get the wisdom and get the knowledge and what you put your money into.
I'm an investor. I'm not a consumer.
You investor? You're not a consumer?
No.
You don't buy anything.
I buy something that will have a return for me.
That's it. That's a great way
I don't waste my money. No more. I used to.
That is really good. That I'm not a consumer, I'm an investor. So you changed that. That was a great change of mindset. Just that quick. See, it's a mindset for me. To even look at that, it wasn't that I'm a consumer, that I'm just buying, I'm just spending my money on just anything, something that's not going to bring me no value, but I'm spending money that's going to bring me value, and that's being an investor. And that's what an investor is. Somebody that put money into something and to get something back in return. So that's really good. I really love that. So as you said, you invest in courses, and you listen to podcasts and you read books, right? When you're able, who are some mentors that you may have? Do you have any mentors, some people that you may?
So, and I know he probably gonna say, like, oh, you always say that, but that's true. My business partner, CJ Scott, he's the owner of Athletic Spa, which is the fitness brand that I'm with as well. And he opened my mind to so much, and he believed in my potential from day one. Even when I was always procrastinating or being in my little shell, and I was good at what he saw the potential, and he was helping me to get it out. He was like, you're good at helping people, you're helping me with my business, you're helping such and such creating their business. And I was doing that without being a business, right? So all that part. So CJ Scott from Athletic Spa helped me with my mental clarity, believing in myself, and also taught me so much in the health and fitness industry and nutrition and wellness. So this is how, it really, the change came from me, yes. But he really
help you activate that. Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. And that's well, so from day one, that was him, right? Then after along the run, once you start, that journey, you're going to meet people that are going to be impactful, right? So Maddie still is, pray for him. He have some, sort of health issues right now, but love this guy. He's really down to earth. And this is what I'm looking for, is people who are real like me. So great in marketing, great in inspiration and keeping it real. I have Ian Dunlap, who's the master investor from the Red Panda Academy. That's where, so that's on Market Monday with Earn Your Leisure every Monday.
Absolutely.
Yep. So he helped with financial literacy, stepping up my game in that area as well. So you have that. And then, that's the people. Oh, and I cannot forget about, a friend of, Ian as well, but Tyron Taliber on Instagram. He's been a great person to contact for anything to level up into the business and the mindset as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen, what you with CJ Sky, and I was wondering like how that come into place. And I even see, Frenchie connected with some very people, like some motivational speakers that, some of you guys successful and favorite, entrepreneurs that is her clients,
Yeah.
and within her network. So even talk more about that, right? How did you get
Yes.
connected in, with people all over the world? You have people in
Yes.
all different countries. Absolutely.
Yes. So, yes, I work with motivational speakers who work with Eric Thomas. So I have Hilary Humphrey and I have George Sierra. So George Sierra is in New York, and I have Miss Humphrey, who's around here in Illinois. I used to have other speakers, but then I stopped because it was getting a little bit too much, and I was more developing my own, way of the business. So, but those two, same thing. I've been rocking with them since day one. And so, yes, they're in correlation with Eric Thomas. So I have a lot of people, that work with Eric Thomas, or, it's just I'm not highlighting that too much because first off, it's not like I shake the man's hand every day, right? I'm a humble with what I do, but those are dope inspirational speakers, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Her network is freaking amazing, guys. So also, can you share a time when you may have felt as though, right? Your mindset have changed tremendously over the years, but have you ever felt a time where you felt like you failed, and did you learn from that? What did you specifically may have learned from that?
All right. Yeah, I keep it real. So let's put it this way. I fail every day. I fail something every day. It can be not following up a deadline on something that I was supposed to, but I will catch on something else. But what I'm saying is every day there is something that I'm not complete or that I failed at, not complete in the fact of, a deadline for a client or anything like that. No,
Right.
I'm talking about something for me because I'm the biggest, like I demand a lot of myself. Right. So, but if you talk about, a failure in the business or stuff like that, I'm going to talk about last year when I started to think that it would be a great idea for me to start traveling and associate the business and the traveling. So fitness and business. So we were doing a tour on business and wellness, how it goes together, right? And so the first one that we had was in North Carolina. Only one person showed up. So it was first, you have to think that you're traveling. I had the hotel, the accommodation, the flights, everything, setting up the room, renting that room, all that stuff on promotion and things. And I only had one person showing up. And I had also a moderator, which was one of my clients from North Carolina, and another speaker, Maestro. And so I felt like I felt everybody that I asked to come with along with me on that, journey of creating workshop for business and wellness. And only one person showed up. But again, let me put it this way. CJ said like this. You just have to give her exactly the same way that you would do if it was like the 15 people that were there. The show must go on. And so we did that and so I'm telling you, that girl had a one-on-one with 3 people, 3 professional, and we went over her own business and her own mindset. And so she got it worth her money because we were one-on-one with her. And that was, so I felt like crap. I did, because I was feeling like I failed everybody that was involved, right? But at the end, even though I was not like, oh, that was great, that we did this, I still felt a lot better because I'm like, yes, we pursue what we were saying that we were going to do. And that comes with when you start. So this is what I want to say too. When you start a business, when you start something, you're going to suck at it. That's part of the process. The thing is, would I quit? No. After that, we were still traveling and still hitting those other states, and it was getting better and better each time.
Wow.
You just keep on going.
That just really blessed me. She said oh my God, she went on a tour and literally she brought other people, other professionals on with her. And she had, of course, had to pay for hotel and expense, travel expenses, different things of that nature. And one person came. And I'm gonna be honest with you, average person probably would have gave up at that point, right? Like somebody was like, you know what?
And tell her I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it. Like I can't do it. But you said CJ, right? CJ said to literally act like it was 50 people, treat her as if it was a room full of people that you were training.
You do the same thing.
You activated, you worked on her mindset and stuff like that, and you propelled her to what it is that she was going to do. And I'm sure she's very successful now. And that is amazing. And that's why we cannot give up when it don't look like what we thought it should be. Even though we're not getting the sales, maybe, different things is not going in your favor, but you have to keep pressing forward. Look at Frenchie now. I would have never met her if she gave up at that point.
I'm not a quitter.
Right.
I was just more feeling, bad for the others. Me, I knew that I would, be fine and, move on. But that was so this is the time that I felt really bad. And I thought that if it was just me, I knew how I would handle it. But because I had other people that I put on, I felt more,
Absolutely. I get it. Yeah. I get it. Wow, this is really good, guys. If you haven't not already done so, like, share, comment, guys. Like, share, comment if you guys on YouTube. Definitely subscribe, like, comment. We would love to see guys' comments. So yeah, this has been a really good conversation. I'm loving this. Frenchie, you give her some great gems and just sharing her story, and that's what it's really all about. So I thank you again for coming on. So,
but I know we want to share your story. You want to share your view on working with me?
Absolutely. We're actually getting to that point. So working with Frenchie, it was mind blowing, honestly. Like I had needed, the accountability that, I was seeking, right? And I thought I was, okay, I'm just going to hire her on and she's going to assist me on launching this business, right? And I'm going to be honest, like I was taken back because Frenchie is very head on and she's very active when, like you said, she literally, if you have her undivided attention, like all of her, she's going to give it to you, all the knowledge, all the wisdom. So it was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting you to really be, so forceful, but it wasn't forceful. It was just something that was new to me. And it looked into me as forceful because of the mindset that I had at that time. So when I remember at the time, I'm being very transparent, I didn't have the money to invest at that time. So what I did was, hey, I want to invest in one partial of the services, right? So I invested into that. And then I was like, oh my God, I love how attentive she is. I love how she's on it. So I'm gonna really invest in my business and let me, whatever I have to do. So I worked hard and I got the money and I invested in the business. And when I tell you guys, it opened so many doors for me and it literally changed my mindset about business, right? And like you said, even her posts on Instagram, even the things that she shares on a day-to-day basis. I mean, a day-to-day, 7 days a week, all day long, every day, all day, that she shares. And she said something that really had touched me and that wanted me to continue to press forward because I did the 4-week with her. 4-week program with her, and she said that if you're not ready to fail, you're not ready to succeed. And at that moment, it touched me in a way. I was like, am I ready to not only invest my money, right, but am I ready to invest my time? Am I ready to sacrifice some things to get to where I'm trying to get to in this business? And literally, Frenchie opened up my mind and eyes to that. Like, hey, I'm not promising you that you're going to freaking sell out in one day. I'm not promising you that. But it's a mindset shift that you have to have as you going into this business. And if it wasn't for her to continue to push me, and still to this day, guys, I still reach out to Frenchie. Frenchie, I texted her yesterday like, Frenchie, what is this? I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, the seller's certificate. Yeah.
Right. And I was like, oh my God, I was panicking. And I think her. It's like she promotes my Statistic. I'm telling you guys, privately and publicly, and that's what you guys need. So I'm telling you guys, if you absolutely, and she's repping the shirt. I'm repping the shirt, as you guys know. And I mean, she supports and she helps, and she has so much knowledge, guys, in so many areas. She's going to talk more about the services, but I'm telling you guys, it was one of the best investments I put into myself in my business when I literally hired on Frenchie. So I thank Mindy for putting on where you guys from. And if I would never had commented, I would never have connected with her, because we really didn't have any mutual friends or anything of that nature. So I'm so grateful that I hired her on as my business strategist. And she literally pushes me when I want to, like, but this is not, and I wanted to freak out. She pushes me, guys. And I think that's so important, that you need somebody like on your team that's going to help you, give you the knowledge, give you the wisdom, but you have to invest in yourself. It's so important that you invest in yourself, in your business, because once you invest in yourself, things are going to flow. These are going to flow. So this is not about me. Look, Frenchie tried to switch it up. Look, but no, I'm telling you guys, I will talk about Frenchie all day, because she has really, like, heaven sent, seriously. So speaking of, like, scared to invest, scared, of what if, or scared of failing, right? If you learn, I'm sure even that experience last year, right? Like you said, you brought up other people in, and you're not a quitter, right? But okay, I brought all these people in, and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm sure you had to learn from that, but as a typical person, a new, entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, right, who have had some failures, right? How can you, what would you say to them, far as when it comes to not mindset, but failure, like, right, like, I don't know if I take that.
It's gonna happen. So this is what I want to tap on quickly, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Because you talk about, the people like failure, but I don't want to stay too much on the failure part, because it's inevitable, but that's going to be a phase. So this is like, don't focus on that. It's gonna be gone, right? So what I want to focus on is the fact that right now, especially with the pandemic, there were so many businesses who started, or rose very quickly from March until now. And the thing is, although it's awesome, right? It's just that a lot got started without really looking into how to start it the proper way. So having an idea, it's awesome. This is great. But the second thing is having a proper plan. If you want to last, or if you want to just do that for a couple of months, it's a different story.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I do is help people building their businesses from scratch. You can have the idea, whatever. I want to prepare you for the real world of entrepreneurship. And I ain't going to lie. I'm going to be fully real, and I'm going to tap onto that mindset and making sure that you have the proper knowledge to last. Not just to say after a couple of months and realizing you got to pay some sort of taxes, or Uncle Sam is going to take this, or you got to keep receipt of that. And then you like, oh, that's too much. Then that maybe that ain't for you. But we're going to have this type of conversation from the beginning, so I can see what type of person you are, not to stop you from living your dream or whatever you want to do. But okay, the dot connector. I'll connect the dot of how you are as a person, where you are financially. A lot of people are saying now, it's so easy, start a business with no money. You need money. Whoever's saying you can start a business with no money is a liar. Or tell them, then okay. Then hire them and tell them I don't pay you. You said I can start my business with no money.
Right, exactly.
Right? So it's that part that I want to tap on. So this is why I don't want to stop too much about failure, because failure is going to happen. Absolutely. You're going to be disappointed either by how it turned out, because either people it's good to believe in yourself, right? Absolutely. You have to succeed, but sometimes people have high expectation on what entrepreneurship is going to be like. oh, I'm going to make that much amount of money, or I'm going to be able to go to the beach or go on vacation every time I want. It takes freaking time. It takes time. And so that's on another part, is that there is a lot of big account that are promoting, to start up businesses and stuff like that. It's just it's a cheat sheet that, just doing this, and it's a lot more to it than just, filling out for an LLC and doing this. It's a lot more. You have to be prepared mentally and having a proper plan per the business or industry that you are building. And that's what I provide. I provide a 101 that is really detailed into this.
Absolutely. And guys, she gives you, like, literally, she is real with you guys. Like, if you're not ready for like the realness and just telling you like what it is and what it ain't about entrepreneurship and just even the industry that you're going into, I'm telling you guys, I mean, you need to really wake up, but you need to ultimately like hire her, because she has the tools, she has the strategy, she knows what it is. Starting a business, having the idea, right? Having that multi-million dollar that's in your notebook that you say, I don't know, but literally you have to invest in yourself, but you have to have a mindset shift to say, you know what, I'm ready to change and I'm ready to go forth in what it is I want to do and called to do. Like she said, this is her purpose. This is what she's gifted to do. So she is, it's in her heart, it's in her nature to help, but you have to want to not only want the help, but you have to be able to receive it in any form that it comes in, right? So what makes you different, right? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Frenchie. Like, it's 1,000 business strategists on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, right? What makes you different? What have you stand out within this over, quote unquote, saturated industry that you're in?
I don't promise you stuff that will not happen. So what, and I fully agree with you. Actually, I made like a live, and it's on my page. How about a lot of people expect that when they're hiring a business strategist, consultant, whatever you want to call it, we have so many names, right? But there is different type. You have the type, like I said, that you just go over there, you buy the course, you're in front of your computer by yourself, and it's really up to you to figure that out, right? So if you're a person that is resilient and can follow plans and don't get distracted easily or stuff like that, great. You can do it. I'm that kind of person. I can get it, together on my own, right? But I need the help and the knowledge of others, right?
Right.
But there is some people, they need hands, like hands-on. And they need to feel comforted. And so what I would say that the difference is first, I take your idea and I organize everything. So it's like, a messy room with business ideas and stuff like that. How can I do this? How can I start? I don't know where to go. I don't know what to, And so it's messy, right? And I comes in, I'm like, all right, let's put this here, let's put this there. You're going to do this like this, but it's not like I'm telling you everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you also to understand, because this is your business. This is not mine. Right? But I will help you to organize it, to make it have a clear picture. And it's like, it's clear of where you're going, what you need to do, and you need to stop doing those things because this is not helping you, or make you realize that you need to work on your finances. That's huge for me, financial literacy, because same thing when I built my business, this is where I realized, what do you need my social for? I thought that was, no, you need to, your credit score gonna matter. The first 2 years of a business, if you last the 2 years, this is, where the business mature. You are the guarantor, the personal guarantor for your business. So if your credit is crap, you ain't gonna go far. You ain't gonna go far, or you're gonna have to sustain with your own personal money to build your business. Nobody wants to do that, right?
Right.
So this is that part that I'm like, I will make you realize of certain ways that you are acting that is not entrepreneurship like. Or at least not what you see on the gram that you go on vacay or whatever. It's pure work. You to really tap onto what you're trying to do. So that's where you're going to separate the ones who are there for it's a hobby in school and it would be great if I can make extra money, or the ones that is like, me, it's my passion, I will make it happen.
Right.
What do I got to do?
What do I gotta do? That is really good. Like as she talked about, she is a Frenchie, aka the dot connector, guys. She puts it all together, like you say. You got this, that. Okay, hold on. You're gonna put this. You're gonna bring this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that, and she puts it all together, and it makes sense. I think like I didn't even think about that. I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't know. But one thing she said that kind of stood out to me was that she said was, "I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you that, this is what it's going to be like. And I'm going to promise you that, because you can't promise." And I meet so many people that say, "Oh, I'm guaranteed that you're going to make this much in your first week, in your first day." You'd be like, wait a minute. I never made that. I'm not saying it's not possible, but she gives you the honest truth about entrepreneurship and what are you getting yourself into. So honestly, I don't know if y'all anything else, but I'm gonna be real. Like, I want somebody like that on my team, like who's gonna be real with me. I don't need you to sugarcoat none. I don't want you to tell me anything just to get my money, right? Because we invested in ourselves, so we pay you for these services. We pay you for the knowledge that you have, that you have. So as you talked much all through this whole interview about financial literacy. Can you talk more about how you can assist in that way as well?
So first, there is the 4 weeks program for startup. So it's a one-on-one with me once a week. You'll have your little homework of stuff to do, but in 4 weeks, you'll be able to have your full plan and seeing, how to launch your business with, clarity. And this is what you've done as well.
Yeah.
But in that, I also provide, credit boost. I'm not going to say repair, because when you think of repair, nothing is crashed. It's just you messed it up. So, it's more like you have to, rebuild or boost. So I like to say credit booster. So I help a lot of people, because even myself, like I said, I'm from France. I had no, I arrived here, I was like a newborn. I had no credit. So I had to learn the hard way. I'm from Europe. For us, credit is bad. That means you're using somebody else's money, right? So I had to learn the whole thing, which is now I'm tap on. Like that means that I can help, so I do credit boost and help people to really, I do like a one-on-one, and we go over their credit report and see exactly where they are hurt the most. We also see what, their budgets are, and make them realize that, you're going to have to change, your way of living. This is where it's hurting you. This is what is stopping you from keep on, growing in life. You don't want to, be attached to debt like that all the time. Yeah. And I don't want to say that cash is king like this either, because when you have businesses, you're going to require credit, especially if you want to grow and leverage, right? Yeah, absolutely. So you have to have a proper credit. And so a healthy you is a healthy business. If you don't know how to do your own budget for your own life, how do you expect to run a business?
Frenchie. Oh, that was good.
But that's real though. So, and I'm okay to start with that. So this is why, like, if we do the consultation, the one-on-one consultation before starting, I will ask this question, not to be nosy or to, be judgmental. It's more for me to assess where you at and where we need to be for you to be successful in your business. And if it's not, and if you have to stop, or pause launching your business so you can work on your personal finances and build your credit back up for a couple of months, we're going to work on that first. But this is the thing that differentiates me from others. I'm not just going to say, here, give me my money. I don't care how financially you are. And if you are really ready to jump into, entrepreneurship, I don't care. Give me your money. And this is your course. Wow. That ain't me.
That ain't her. And I'm telling you from someone who literally have worked with her for months that she is not like that. I went through the 4-week program with her, and it was literally like, oh my God, like Frenchie, like she said, she's not in your business, but she's going to be up on you. Like, okay, so what is the expense that you have in every month? What is the things like, are you really ready for this? I'm just don't want you. And she didn't rush me into it, right? She just to say like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Like, she was just like, okay, she definitely held me accountable for the things that I told her I wanted to do. This is the thing. It wasn't that some things that she told me She said, what is it you want to do? So she went after my goals and dreams that I set for myself before the beginning of the program, and she held me accountable for it, and she pushed me, and she said, okay, let's grab here and grab there. And like she said, she does credit booster, not credit repair. She boosts up, help you boost up your credit. So hey, I know I got all the business strategies tools and stuff like that, but let me show you about your finances, because like she said, whoever told you that $0, listen, I done came out of so much money thus far, and I'm gonna continue to. As you continue to grow on business, it's going to be even more money to invest, right? So, like I said, guys, I am so grateful to have her, and she is an expertise in her field. I'm telling you guys, does credit. She's a credit booster. She's a brand strategist. Like she said, she has different packages. But if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, if you just start, whatever they may be, but she gives you you do a 4-week program with her.
Yes. There's
talk about the different packages that you have.
Yes. So I have the 4-week program, for new startup entrepreneurship. If you're already in business and trying to scale your business, there is also that part like, all right, now I have all this product or whatever I'm doing, services or things like that. And you're trying to scale it, or I don't know how to post. I do marketing strategies as well. There is also I do a lot of mentoring about your website. I create website as well. If you need, it's like I'm the one-time shop for businesses, right? And so I can teach you how to do it, on your own, or I can set you up to it. There is, also in real estate, because I'm in real estate. Let's say you getting ready right now. There is so many courses. Oh, you need to have multi-unit properties. You need to be a landlord. Nobody teach you how to be a landlord. I'm a landlord. I know what it is, multi-unit. So it's, you have to maneuver with all that. Are you ready to be a landlord? Do you know what that means? Do you have all the documentation? Are you know what I mean? So I have all that as well. And then business funding. So it's all that part that you're going to need at some point. Let's say you're already in business, but you're looking for more fundings because you have a bigger project. You want to expand, you want to go on another, business venture or things like that. So that, and then after, it's people like me who are coaches. So it can be in the fitness or wellness industry, because, I also am in it. So I kind of understand how to maneuver. And that part is how to start, because a lot of trainers, they are good trainers, but they're not business owners.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's that part. So it's really about, helping people getting more knowledge so they are better prepared to succeed instead of failing. So, or feeling discouraged. They can be, I've met so many great people or entrepreneurs or absolutely amazing in what they do. They just don't know how to position themselves. They don't know how to scale their business. They feel overwhelmed with doing all the little work instead of, automation. And then you can move on and do your creative part because you're trying to do everything yourself.
Right.
You're supposed to delegate. And I was one of them. I wanted to do everything, but at some point you got to delegate. If you really want to keep on learning, I got to free up my time so I can keep on learning.
Yes, absolutely. That's true. That is so true. Like she said, all the courses that she has to take, she does so much, right? Like I didn't know she was, look, I learned something new too. She's a landlord, guys. She's a business strategist. She's in fitness and wellness. She does a whole, and then she's like credit booster, and then she does so much more things. And also, like she said, she's a mom too, so she still has a family to tend to. But she learned the system that she had to put into place to be able to balance all of that. And I'm sure it's still some things that she learns day to day, even like she said, about business and about life in general. So I thank you so much, Frenchie. Also, the last question I have for you: what makes you not a statistic, girl? What makes you not a statistic?
What make me not a statistic? Oh my God, I need to redo this, especially if you're going to post this. Hey, look, I'm from France. Okay, this is what I do all the time. I messed up stuff. What make me not a statistic is that I'm not like everybody else. I'm unique. So whatever is going to be thrown at me, find a way to win.
That's it. I love it. That's it. Nobody's like her. And listen, like she said throughout the whole, I'm not a quitter. I'm not a consumer. I am an investor. Like literally, it's the mindset for me. And that's why I connected with her, because she has a mindset out of this world that literally draws people to her because her, her expertise, and also that, I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to throw in the towel when it gets hard. I'm not going to, go and do something else, or when I'm supposed to be doing this or whatever, because it's getting hard, or it's not looking like I want it to look like. She keep pressing forth, and she continues to learn. Even like she said, she may fail every day, but she learned from it also. I thank her so much for coming on. So
Thank
Frenchie,
you.
how can now we talked about
Yes.
how great you are, your story, how it's so relatable, how you're not a statistic, how you able to overcome the obstacles that you've had to face growing up and even now, and it keeps pushing you to continue to be the great person that you are. How can people connect with you? How can people reach out to you? How can people hire you and
Yeah.
get them on your team, on their team?
Yes. So first, I only have 2 spots left for October for the 4 weeks
Wow.
program.
Okay.
So only 2 spots left, right?
Only two.
So yes. So you can find me on Instagram at Duwabiz, and I'm pretty sure you'll tag onto this. Same thing for Facebook. It's linked together, right? You have the link on my bio with my website, and you'll see a little bit more. I do 101, as well. So if you're not sure of what, how I can help, things like that, I also do customized, plan. So you can find me on Instagram. You'll have everything is on my bio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She got me, y'all. I was like, what is your, and she was like, everything is in my bio, which it is. I mean,
It
everything.
should be. So that's another thing. I teach you how, when in the program or whatever, it's not just that. I really literally tell you all the jam that you need to be ready.
Absolutely.
People need to be in contact with you. It needs to be easy. It shouldn't
Easy.
be hard for people to sign up with you or be in contact with you.
Absolutely.
Everything's on my bio.
Everything. It's not hard to connect with her, and that's what it was. I didn't know no better. I just slid in DMs, and she brought me to everything's on my website. I'm like, okay. I just thought you were the person I wanted to get to know you. And then it went from there. So I'm telling you guys, she is a great person to work with. She knows her stuff. She's just a great person in general.
Thank
I
you.
was so excited to finally have met her, and she gives me encourage. She doesn't just, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. She really encourages me when I feel like, oh my God, oh my God. And she definitely gives me good encouragement. So she helps support and all of that. So she's definitely somebody that you need to connect with, that you need to know, because she is a great person all the way around. So I thank
Thank
you
you.
again, Frenchie, for coming on, taking the time out of your busy schedule to share your story and share your tips and tools, how you became so successful as the person that you are today. And I thank you guys, everyone who tuned in, everyone who may have left. I appreciate everyone who shared this episode. It's a mindset for me. She definitely showed out, dropped some gems. So even if you watch this replay, I appreciate you guys, and you all have a great, great night. And thank you again, Frenchie.
And you need to promote your stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here she has on the drip in black, and I have on the official signature. You can go on my website. Actually, we have a big blowout sale. Up until sellout, we're almost sold out completely on a whole entire website. I'm gonna put the link in the, like, she gets on me, and that's what you need in your life. I'm telling you. So absolutely, guys. So 50% off on both tees. We only have the dripped in black as well as official signature.
For
We
now.
have a few sizes left, so we're selling out quick. So I definitely would suggest that you guys get on it ASAP. ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP.
And the hoodie season's coming up.
I'm sorry.
The hoodie season is
And
coming.
the hoodie season is coming out, and that's what we're working on as our fall collection. as we speak. So we're getting out of the tees right now, the t-shirts, and then we're launching out our hoodies, other things that we're launching out. So definitely be on the lookout for them things. Put your post notifications on so you can get all the new details. If you're not on our email list, also subscribe to our email list on our website. The website is in the comments. So I appreciate everyone who came on, and thank you again, Frenchie. You have a great night. And connect with Frenchie, guys. I'm so serious. Connect with
Yes.
this woman. So you guys have a
Thank
great
you.
night and take care.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.